Welcome to Chess, Business Central, and Vibe Coding AL. Hey, I'm Eric, and I'm not a very good chess player. So right now, I'm playing chess against the world-renowned, famous MVP called AJ Kaufman from the Netherlands, and he usually beats me. We're both part of the Business Central chess club on chess.com. So far, there's 55 members of the club. You can join it. If you are at Directions, we might create some sort of a tournament at Directions. Let me know if that's interesting in a comment. Anyway, I need to figure out what I do with AJ. So I got my knight up here, and I could like come in, and it's covered by the queen, but it's not really doing anything serious. But I need to come up with a move here, and it's very compact, so I can anyway. So one of the fun thing about chess is that chess is a well-known problem. It's not a solved problem, but it's a well-known problem. And with that in mind, I have been using chess as my my go-to problem to test out different approaches to AI coding. And the idea is to, and let me show where we are right now. So I'll actually just publish this app, and then I'll explain what I'm doing. So I want to have AI build me a chess app, and as you can see, I actually got one. This was not really AI built completely because well, I'll show you in a second. But we got something that is I have to click computer move here. We got a move, not a very good move necessarily, but what do I know? I'll take it. See if so anyway, well, if you want me to, thank you for the offering. So the idea behind this app was basically two parts. You can see here that I have some things in this app. I have a code unit called Chess Engine, which is, apart from a couple of bugs, AL on the misunderstanding the difference between string subno and format. This is just straight off the AI. Then I have as you can see, I have like a user control. I can just take that. To show this, and the right now the user control is something that I got some AI stuff built, and then I kind of turned that into user control. So what I want to do in this video, while we talk about this, is here's Claude, and Claude is clearly very good at AL. So create a Business Central control, add in a custom JavaScript based control that will display an interactive chessboard. The board should have an event to channel moves made on the board by the user back into AL, where there's a engine that calculates computer moves and a way for AL to make the moves on the board. And here's the thing one of the interesting thing about vibe coding is that if you write code A, you write code B, you write code C, and right now I'm just doing it in this one, and I'm not going to cursor or any of those integrated things. Is that you gotta be very specific on how these vibe stuff will act together. So all parameters should be integers for columns and rows and should match the chess orientation. So A1 is 1-1 and H8 is 8-8. The board should look nice and use business central colors. Wow, there you go. I think that's a great prompt. Let's hit it. So let's see what's happening. I'll create a business central controller in. Boom. So this will consist of the JavaScript control file and the AL interface definition. So now it creates. An HTML file, which I don't think it's going to work. But let's see where it gets to. So one of the great things I discovered is that all the chess pieces have the Unicode characters for all the chess pieces, black and white. So it's actually pretty easy to display a chessboard, which is what these ones are also doing. Now I think I can just take the queen right there and then computer move. So what I have here is that one thing that went wrong in the current process, and I'll show you if I go to what's created, let's see if a chess page, was that, hang on, so one was 0 to 8 from top to bottom of the board, and the other was row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as in chess, right? So I just said, oh man, and then I just added some functions to reverse it, just to get something actually showing on the screen. Let's see how it goes. Now I'll create the AL interface for the control add-in. So we got, what are we writing here? We are writing the control add-in. That is good. And then we're writing a page. That is also very, very nice. And then we're writing A table to store chess game data, optional. Oh, nice. I didn't really ask for that. Is it done? So now I hit my limit. So this is what we get. So let's see what we actually got. I created a complete controller in interaction artifact. Are these the Business Central colors? I don't know. Where to move? Oh, why to move, and then I click on it. You see, that's how bad I am at chess. I start looking, but here's the problem, right? Why did I get confused? Because we had the black pieces on row 1 and 2, right? So maybe not yet. But let's something that happened, yeah. Move 4-2 to 4-4. So at least it got the, well, the visualization is wrong. If we ignore this, and we got, you know, the colors also wrong. So the board layout is wrong. Too bad. I am out of testing here. But let's see if what we got could actually be put into this one. So we got a controller in. Let's just grab it. Boom, we grab that. We go into, and this is what, yeah, you're gonna argue, Eric, but you should just have created a done this in cursor and so on. Yeah, but I didn't. Just 2. Wow, what did I do? New file. Just 2 AL. That's the controller then. It wants a chessboard.js, chessboard.css. So is that what we get here? Now we get a chess game page. And we get, so where are the artifacts? Where are the artifacts? The artifacts are they in here? No, because this is just a web page. So in reality, it built something that was not usable yet, I guess. Let's see what it thought it would. Chessboard.js. So we would need to have on piece moved, on reset, move piece. But none of that stuff here. So it didn't work. So I think the conclusion is that it thought it could create it, but couldn't. And by the magic of pausing the video and adding the subscription, we're back. I was never gone. So clearly we need to ask this if to create the JavaScript, the style sheet, and the startup pieces. So the control add-in is mentioning a Java2 JS files and a CSS file. You have not created those. The HTML file I created earlier was for demonstration in Business Central. We need separate files. So now we're creating a let's see how it goes. So the interesting thing about, as I'm saying, this is kind of cheating because chess is such a well-known problem that has been, there are so many thousands of pieces of software out there that people have written chess engines on. There's the ZX81 with 1K of RAM, and there's a chess engine running on that machine with 1K of RAM. It's not very good, but it's running, which is amazing. So any of these old machines have multiple chess engines made. So from that aspect, there's a lot of learning to do, and which is the reason why this is actually it can do something like this, where write a posting routine for something. The amount of training knowledge out there for AL is minuscule. So that's why I think, apart from the fact that I still need to figure out what I do with AJ. So I think my problem is actually this pawn. This pawn is weak because right now it's being covered by the queen, but if AJ suddenly finds a way to attack this one, so I think I'm gonna do this. So now I also have the option to castle. I still have the option to castle both ways, but I like the open C column, and that I own that one right now. So I think this is what I'm gonna do and make the move. So AJ, you're up. Let's see if he smokes me as usual. How are we doing here? File created, chessboard, JS, CSS. Let's see what we have. So we have startup. Startup JS. Let's grab that and add that to our little thing. Startup JS. There we go. If dude invoked, so this is wrong. But we will fly with it so far. So this is actually in chess 2 startup. There we go. And then it also created chessboard JS. So let's do that. New file, chessboard.js. Save that one. Register callback method, move piece. And this is also in chess 2, not chess 12. That might come at some point. And then we got some style sheet. Also, that's here. Boom, boom. So chessboard.css. Save that. And my dog is probably, if you can hear it, trying to see if how tasty the Amazon guy is. So this is, let's see, this is at least compilable. Well, JavaScript is always compilable because compile here doesn't really do anything with JavaScript other than storing it in the app file. So you can have all sorts of things in here, and there's no check of any kind if if this one exists in the JS or this one exists in the JS. So does compile does nothing here, but at least we have chessboard control. So let did it give us any instruction on how to use it? Okay, so let's take our chess page, and right now we will, sorry, I'll make it just a tad smaller so I can see. Let's get rid of the one I have that pseudo works and say user control board. Let's still call it board, and we have chessboard control. That's the new one. Trigger on board reset on piece moved. So I can take my logic here, I guess, and get rid of this and get rid of the translation that was wrong. And then, so if the engine think this is a good move, then we will call the move piece from row, from column, so like that. And we're ready to go. Hold my beer, F5. Could not. Oh, sorry, this one, yeah, this one still needs to, so that's the computer making moves, a move piece, so it's the same thing again. So if we click on move piece, there we go. Okay, F5, hold my beer. Boo. Okay, so one thing I think is fair enough, that if we go and look at this, we didn't really tell the minimum. So let's add the requested. Let's just actually add the requested size. So that works. But dear Claude, I see the black pieces and white black pieces in the white pieces places. I think you have flipped something around. White should, now I'm gonna help, right? White should be on row 1 and 2, black on 7 and 8, and A1 is a dark square, right? Wasn't that, let's see what it did. Yeah, A1 is a dark square, so we have that. So it had just flipped them around. So we don't have to mention that because that's just going to confuse it. You're absolutely right. I have the pieces in the wrong position. White should be on rows 1 and 2, and black should be on rows 2. Let me fix the JavaScript file. Perfect, I fixed the positions now. Okay, So we will grab version 2 here, go back. This is where up here, if you were in cursor, all of this would happen automatically. Yes, I know. But surprisingly, that still looks wrong, right? Did I do this wrong? This looks the exact same. Well, this one is old and this one is my thingy. So I don't. It's probably got. It's still wrong. Are you sure you draw the upside down so that row 8 is drawn at the top? Okay, let's give it a try. You cannot become the keyboard junkie here. Oh, look. So let's do. Oh, this is also nice. Can I do? What can I do? I cannot drag. Do this. We are informed. So the event does work. Look at that. So up here is the internal engines. So I do this. See, that did not work. Do we have anything? No, nothing here. So we were not able to move piece. Move piece, lower M, upper P. Going back to the, see this? It's like there's no anything. So let's actually keep this one and then change this one here. So now I'm fixing it, and of course this should be. So I'm searching for move piece, and I want to be case sensitive. No, it's probably better that I just keep this one here and then I change this one to lowercase. There you go. Let's try it again. We go here. We see this one is formed, computer move. Thinking, thinking, thinking. So computer does make the stupid pawn move again, or it's very advanced. I have no idea. So nothing here. What we could do is, and this is where debugging some of these things get very, very complicated. If I go to the chessboard.js, then we do a console log and we say move piece, comma from row, comma, from call, comma, to row, comma, to call. And at least we can get some bit of debug output here. We still, you know, this should probably not be logic here, but I do the stuff. This is good. Computer move. So it looks like it's not getting called at all, which is interesting. So I assume, let's go back and look at the chess page. We say computer move. If chess engine make a move, move piece. And here case shouldn't matter, but let's just see if it does for some reason. From row to call, from to we can go doesn't get called. See, that's kind of weird, right? Unless there is a different move piece. That's the one we worked. Register the move piece method with Business Central. So is it because we haven't called the reset? Wait, now I see that. So as you can see now, I'm kind of in the classic conundrum that you get to these things quite often, that the AL has written so the AI has written some code and it looks like it's almost works, and then it doesn't work, and you have no clue what's going on because it's not your code, it's the AI code that is written. Nonetheless, I think this is an interesting challenge, and you give it a go. Use Claude, use Copilot, use whatever you want, and if you want to show your code public, put a link below. This, as usual, this stuff goes into the GitHub repo that you have link on below. So if you want to make it work, let me know. Anyway, going back to join the Business Central chess club on chess.com and see if you can beat all those pesky MVPs that keeps beating mean chess. That would be lovely. I thank you for your service. And then go check out this video for some more AL hacking. I'll see you there. Take care. Bye.